Mission.
Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for watching GunGuyTV and for all of your support. I am very, very grateful. Remember, we are not prisoners of YouTube anymore, so you can find us in various other places. All of these are places where we duplicate the channel on a regular basis. Please, please, please go to one of them and subscribe so that if something happens to us on YouTube, which is always a strong likelihood, you'll be able to find us wherever we are. I also suggest you check out the audio podcast. I do it on the 5th and the 20th of every month, and you can find it on your favorite podcast player. It is growing, really, really growing fast. It's an awesome podcast you can listen to for free on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and so on. Anyway, check it out. If you can't find it, then just go to the link in the description. It'll take you where you can subscribe. Okay, what I want to talk about today is shotguns, which are near and dear to my heart, I got to tell you, but and I'll get my coffee out of the way here. Always must have your coffee, and I have mine. There it is. Shotguns in my life and my existence in my 60s here have always been represented sort of this way, where you've got, you know, the traditional side-by-side, or you have the traditional semi-automatic hunting shotgun. This is my duck gun, by the way. Or you have the traditional pump shotgun. This is my son's shotgun. These are guns that we hunt with. And this is the way I think of shotguns naturally, because that's been my background, is bird hunting. I like upland game hunting, and I love to go duck hunting and that kind of stuff. I'm no good at it, but I really enjoy doing it. The other shotgun that I think about often is shotguns that look like this. Now, this is a Mossberg 500, but it still looks like a regular shotgun, sort of similar to what you'd see in a Remington 870 that was all decked out for patrol use in a police squad car or security car or for home defense or whatever. And then there's semi-automatic things. Mossberg got one, and then there's the Benelli and so on. This is the kind of things I think about when I think about shotguns, but that simply is no longer the case. Honestly, arguably, it hasn't been the case for quite some time. There are some really innovative and very exciting, and I would say even spacey looking shotguns out there that are just a joy to shoot and function very well. And here's a fine example, the VR BP 100 from Armscorp, Rock Island. Now, I don't have it with me here. I had to go out to Sprague Sports to actually enjoy testing the gun because they couldn't send it to California for me. So they sent it to Sprague Sports in Yuma. Thank you very much to Richard Sprague and the crew at Sprague Sports. I'm very, very grateful. They are kind enough to allow people to send guns there for me to review. They don't charge me for that. I mean, I'm really grateful for the use of the range. They don't charge me for that. They've been very, very helpful. I'm very grateful to them. So if you get a chance and you happen to be in the Yuma area, check out Sprague Sports. It's a dynamite store. Lots of great stuff in it. It's like a little mini Bass Pro Shop, and it's also a great place to shoot, particularly in the summertime when it's really hot. They got a beautiful indoor range there. In any case, since they were allowed to take this gun for me, I was able to go out and review it, and I found that honestly, I like the gun a lot. It's very well made. It's very light considering what I thought it was going to be. It's still around 8 pounds, but with the polymer furniture and the way that it's designed, the Bullpup design puts that weight back by your shoulders, so it just makes it that much easier to handle and frankly easier to shoot. It's very comfortable to shoot. Even with buckshot, which is what I ran through it, it didn't beat me up at all. It was extremely soft shooting for a shotgun full of buckshot. Now, shooting birdshot, I'm sure it would be different, but the buckshot ran really fine through it. Birdshot probably would be unnoticeable, honestly, the way that it cycles. There are a few things about the shotgun that I found extremely positive. One, as I said, I'm not a really experienced person with bullpup designs. I haven't used a lot of them because obviously I'm from California, where a lot of times they're just not legal here. But I have used a few, and I've discovered a few idiosyncrasies about them. One, I think they point really fast and very easily from a defensive or fighting perspective because the weight is more back toward your shoulder and not dangling out in front of you where you have to swing it around. So that's very positive. I've discovered the triggers on a lot of bullpups are terrible because there's a linkage in there and it just makes the whole trigger suck. And that's not the case with this shotgun. The trigger is outstanding. I really was very impressed with the trigger on this shotgun. A couple of other things I thought were very positive were in the build. First of all, the build quality is very high. Secondly, they've included a lot of things that are very attractive to me, or my son for that matter, who's a lefty. A lot of the stuff on this gun is automatically ambidextrous. The safety is ambidextrous. The mag release, again, ambidextrous. A lot of the stuff on this gun is just simple to use, whether you're a lefty or a righty. And I'm grateful for that, and I'm very impressed that they included that. I like the big charging handle and the fact that it doesn't reciprocate. At first, I wasn't sure whether it reciprocated or not, so I was a little concerned about where my thumb was on my forward hand, but it does not reciprocate. You can grab that grip up front any way you want, and there you are. But it's a great big charging handle, made it really easy to charge the shotgun. I like the fact that they included a dust cover on the shotgun, so you can close it up much like you could on your AR, and it's going to keep dust and dirt and stuff from getting in the action. It pops right open when you start to run the gun or when you rack the bolt, just like an AR. I like the ping pong paddle. The bolt release is just like an AR, so once you get your mag in there, obviously on the last round, the bolt stays open, get your mag in there, slap the paddle, and you're back in business again. So there's a lot of ergonomic stuff about the shotgun that I was very impressed with. Among the other things I was really impressed with were the fact that it came with flip-up sights. And it has a nice rail on the top, plus a nice accessory rail on the side, so you can put a weapons light or whatever you want to do there and get it squared away. It also comes already fitted for interchangeable chokes, and it comes with 3 chokes. There's a modified, full, and cylinder bore that come with it. There's also a little buffer in there that you can use for heavy loads or light loads. Now, I ran 2 3/4 inch buckshot through it, and it just ran it like a Swiss watch. But you can adjust that if you need to for lighter loads, and it's going to be able to run those too, I would imagine. There's also in the back, I'm a big guy, so I didn't need to adjust anything. And if you watch my channel, you know I don't adjust guns when I get them. I don't fiddle with them. I just review them exactly the way they are. I don't even adjust sights. So if it comes ready to go, I shoot it the way it is. If it doesn't come ready to go, well, that becomes obvious as I try to run the gun. This thing came ready to go right out of the box. I was very impressed with that. Now, in the stock, however, there are spacers in the back of the stock that allow you to adjust it to make the length of pull shorter. So if you need a shorter length of pull because you're not as big as me, I'm 6'2" and about 235 pounds, so I'm a fairly good-sized guy, and I got a long wingspan. So that beefy stock fit me really well, but you may want to take some of those spacers out, and that's going to make the gun fit you a little better. Likewise, it has an adjustable comb, which I thought was great. So you can raise or lower that comb so that you get a solid cheek weld. It's also going to help you a lot if you mount optics on it. Any kind of an optic that gets you a higher cheek weld, you're going to be off the cheek, off the comb trying to shoot looking at the optic. But this, just unscrew it, raise it up, and now you're back up there where you need to be. And that's already included with the shotgun. So I'm very impressed by that as well. I mean, all in all, frankly, I found the gun to be a joy to shoot. Very well designed, outstanding shotgun for self-defense, home defense, patrol duty use, or whatever. Now, it comes with a 5-shot magazine with 6 total. You got 1 up the snout and 5 in the mag. You got a total of 6, but my understanding is there are some aftermarket mags. I don't know how well they work. I didn't have any, but there's some, I think, that hold 9 rounds and 19 rounds or whatever, and they look like big old monster banana mags or whatever you want to call them coming out the back, or coming out because the magazines are back here. So I don't know how ergonomic that's going to be once you got this big long mag hanging out of there. But with the 5-shot, it was very ergonomic, very pleasant, very easy to change mags. What I did find is I'm so used to changing mags up here, I kept reaching up here to change the mag, but it's back here. What's nice about it, though, is that the mag release is ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter righty or lefty. You reach up to pop the mag, the old one comes out, and you put the new one in. So it's really quick for mag changes. I mean, there you are, bam, you're in, slap the paddle, bolt flies forward, and you're rocking and rolling again. Now, of all the things with the shotgun, I found that I liked everything except this. So I'm going to give you the one thing that it's not the shotgun, by the way. It's reviewers' comments about it and the marketing of the shotgun. It says it's going to be great for self-defense, home defense, law enforcement, and for hunters. Okay. I mentioned at the beginning, I've been a shotgun hunter for a long time. If you're hunting something that isn't going to move much, you're hunting big game, you're going to go deer hunting with a shotgun and hunt with slugs, or you're going to hunt turkeys, then yeah, you could use it, sure. Because you can put an adjustable choke in it for a turkey choke, and you can put an optic on it. Yeah, you could use it for that. You could use it for deer if you want to. But if you honestly think you're going to go out and do upland game hunting and hunt pheasant and chukar and doves and whatever with it, or quail, you're going to frustrate yourself to death with a shotgun like that. You need a shotgun for hunting that you can mount properly, that's going to swing properly, and so on. Same thing if you're doing waterfowl for ducks or whatever. It's not a good gun for that. I mean, let's face it, no gun is one size fits all. But the idea that I'm going to take the VRB P100 duck hunting or upland game hunting, I would laugh at you if you asked me to do that, because I know shotguns, and even after shooting it, I know it's not going to swing well, it's not going to pass through the bird well, I'm not going to be able to hunt with it well. So if you're thinking, if that's what you're thinking, that's not the right shotgun for you. You're going to be looking at something more traditional like these. If you're thinking home defense, patrol work, whatever, it's a fighting shotgun, and yeah, could you hunt with it if you were reduced to that in a pinch if you had to? Sure. But as far as going out on an enjoyable hunt with your buddies and you're hunting anything that's flying, or anything that's really quick, you want to hunt rabbits or whatever, you're not going to want to hunt them with that shotgun. That's just not going to work for you. So I want to let you know that now. Other than that, for what it's built to do, that is an excellent shotgun, and I found it to be just exactly that, an excellent shotgun, and I strongly I got to tell you, I really, really liked it. And if I could, the truth is, just a proof of the pudding is in the eating. If I could have one in California, I would buy one. So there you are. That I can't give you a higher recommendation than that. I was so impressed with it and found it so much fun that I would buy one if I could have one in California, but I cannot. Well, there you are. There's the Armscorp Rock Island VRBP 100. Great shotgun. I urge you, check them out. There will be a link in the description. If you're looking on YouTube now, the link will not be in the description. It'll be in the first comment pinned to the top. For whatever crazy reason, they're really bizarre about links, so I have to do it that way. But again, check it out if you get a chance. There will be a link there for you when you find the video. Have a great week. Thank you again for all of your support. Please check us out in these alternative locations, and check out the audio podcast that comes out on the 5th and the 20th. And if you don't mind, we'd really appreciate your support on Patreon. The links are all in the description. Thank you again. Be safe.